The song is second on the record because I guess this song represents the longing part. You know, how we ended Shots Fired was me begging you not to go, and so then I feel the next move is explaining why and saying like I miss you and things like that. Yeah, I was nervous about going from such a high energy song to like a ballad, and ultimately why this song was written was because I've never written a ballad before and I really wanted to do it. The idea for this song came directly from the line, "Got a nice heart, would be a shame if someone broke it." And the inspiration behind the song was about this girl I had a crush on in 5th grade. I had to channel thoughts of somebody else because I was at, when I'm writing this record, I'm not really, wholeheartedly, I'm not super missing my ex or who she was or what we had or anything. I missed the feeling, I guess, that it brought me. So I thought of something else that gave me that feelings, and it was a girl I liked in 5th grade. Back to back, I knew that was the name of the song from the get-go because the history I had with this girl from 5th grade was that, like, we'd always get this close to dating, and then we wouldn't. And that would happen over and over again. Back to back, that would happen. And so we never did. We never dated or anything. And that happened for, like, years. Musically, as I mentioned before, I just wanted to write a ballad. This is when I was getting more into, like, recording my own music. At least just to make demos to then bring to a studio later. This is when I was learning piano, so I wanted to make a piano ballad because I was like, what better way to practice piano than to make a song completely around the piano? And on top of that, I was learning how to record, so I was like, what else can we add to it? So the demo for this song was actually pretty close to like the final product, just obviously less clean.
And that I wanna get off my chest, but I never seem to say what's on my mind. Need time, then go chase it. I'll be the shoulder when you fall straight out of line. I wanted more than a memory faded, but maybe one day.
The biggest important thing to me was like the violins that swell in, and I knew that I wanted it to be a duet, and so immediately, like, as I was writing the song, a friend of mine, Burke, I was like, I want her to be on this song. And so I asked her to be on it, like, a year before it was even recorded, and she was like, yeah. And then, like, a year later, I'm like, hey, remember that thing you promised? So there's a tempo change in the song. That's really cool. It's the only time I've ever done one, and the first time that the guy who produced the record for me had done it too, which was fun. I thought that was a cool milestone. That was one of those things. There's plenty of times on this record where I'm like, I've never done blank, let's do it. And that was one of them. I was like, I've never done a tempo change, let's do it. Let's get into these lyrics. Got a nice heart, would be a shame if someone broke it. And I still played my part, but at times I still lose focus. Got a nice heart, would be a shame if someone broke it is like a direct reference to myself. But I wanted it to be presented as if I'm talking about or to somebody else, like almost like I'm setting you up for failure. Because a lot of this song is supposed to be woe is me and like I'm the problem, because that's what you got to think about in moments like that. After a breakup, you got to be like, it was probably me, because Shots Fired was very you. So back to back has to be very me. So by saying at times I still lose focus, it's saying like sometimes I forget that it takes two to tango. It's so easy during times of loss and heartbreak to just be like, this is on you, but you also have to be able to look in the mirror. Let's not pretend we got it figured out. We fight for air just to breathe in the summer rain. I guess I had my fair share of moments with you. So it's saying that we're still learning. Whenever I think of the girl that this song is written about, I think of summer rain. Think of like what's supposed to be this like, I don't know why. It has its own vibe to it. It has its own, like, smell, even. You know what I mean? So, I was trying to capture that. It's not the state of my pride. You go down with the desperation. And lately I'm afraid of my mind. I only see you in the isolation. So it's almost saying, like, I'm not saying these things just because, like, I'm down on my luck or down on my pride and I'm not afraid to say these things because I'm too proud. That's essentially just saying that. You go down with the desperation is almost like it's easier for you to believe that I'm only saying these things because I'm desperate. But this is just me being honest. Ba-bing. I'm afraid of my mind. I only see you in the isolation is saying I'm afraid of my mind because the only thing I can think about is you. I'm not the type to try to chase you down, but for you I make the one exception. I've got my head all wrapped in vines for you. Yeah, that's true. At the time of writing this, like, I wasn't the type to, like, really fight for people or whatever. I was just kind of like, not saying that I just wanted them to, like, fall into my lap or whatever, but I also was like, I'm not going to force something that doesn't work. But with this relationship, I was forcing it to work so poorly. I've got my head all wrapped in vines for you is a direct reference to Vine, because the girl that this song is about, like, one of the last times we hung out, we really connected over vines. Like, not only making references to them, but also we both made them. Not that we made good ones, but but we go back to back, trying not to lose you, back to back, waiting for the good news. This is a reference to what I was saying before about, like, we keep getting so close and we're falling off, and it just keeps happening over and over again. And it says, maybe I should just wait for you to go. Probably the most profound line in, like, the song. You realizing, yeah, I should probably just let you go. But we go back to back, we're never gonna see this through. Get off my back, we're back and forth, but I lose. And I'm thinking that's the way this needs to go. I think that's all pretty direct. There's no real metaphor there. Take me back to the morning sunrise, maybe just one more time. Most of my memories with this girl in 5th grade are when we would meet up before going into class. Well, not me and her specifically. Our whole school would have to line up out front of the school before it started. And so I just remember the sun always either just rising or have, like, it's very early in the morning. So that's just a reference to, bring me back to that feeling of just, me and her standing in this line before school starts. Got a feeling that I want to get off my chest, but I never seem to say what's on my mind. You need time, then go chase it. Those two lines, you need time, then go chase it, I was struggling with that part of the song for so long that I had a note in my phone of 89 other options. That was the 90th line I wrote for that. And finally I was like, that's the one. I was obsessing over this record and lyrically making sure I was saying everything I wanted to say. So you need time, then go chase it. Is I guess just also what I was saying before, like, maybe I need you to go. Maybe you should go. I'll be the shoulder when you fall straight out of line. I wanted more than a memory faded, but maybe one day you will be mine. So it's accepting that I'm never going to really let you go. And I'll always be here for you, unfortunately. So for verse 2, I wanted it to be from the girl's perspective. This record, it was really important to me that it's all honest. That's why it's the name of the record. Based off of our history together, I just kind of assumed how she probably felt in those situations, and I'll probably never know if I nailed it. Spent a lot of my time thinking there was something between us. And lately you've been on my mind, but the past is the ground beneath us. Just a metaphorical way of saying, like, yeah, I mean, we've moved on. Like, lives change. Sometimes I would like to know how you've been, but I can't bring myself to say that I hope I never let you down in our youth. The girl who this song is about, we are just two drastically different people. I don't think it would have worked even if we forced it to, So, I guess that's just, it's saying it like that. Like, yeah, I mean, we never would have worked, but I hope I never let you down. The bridge is a bunch of la-la-las, because I wanted to do that. I have, like, a bucket list of songs that I want to write and ideas that I want to write about. And that was one of them. I was like, I want to put la-las in a song. It's a dumb thing to have on a list, but there it is, The last chorus just ends with me jumping up an octave to show, like, yeah, I can actually sing. Because on the EP, I couldn't. There's a lot of points on the EP where, like, you can hear that it was drastically corrected. And that's just because I was not a good singer at the time. And so, like, on this one, I almost wanted to be like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more so to, like, highlight passion. But yeah, like, I felt really good about it when I was able to actually sing it at that level. Anyways, that's back to back. That's the end of that. We did that. I'm going to say that at the end of every song now. I'll meet you in the next song. Goodbye.
You could take me down.